Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to be installing the splitter or the lip on the front of my Honda Civic. I ordered this about a week ago. It was actually the cheapest one I found online, and it's styled a lot like some of the other ones that you'll find. It's one of those 3-piece unpainted plastic lips. Now my Honda Civic is silver, and so I wanted to go with something that kind of matched the theme, and I went ahead and painted it a gloss black. Now of course it's not perfect. I didn't go through and have it professionally painted or anything. I just used a couple cans of spray paint and it turned out pretty well. So I'll go ahead and show you guys how I'm going to get that mounted up, and let's get started. Alright, so I've got the aftermarket lip here and I've got it all, I lined it up. It kind of goes about there. And then I used a pencil and marked the holes that I'm going to be drilling. So I'll set that down and grab my drill here. I'm going to start right here. Alright, so you saw how easy that went. I just pre-drilled those. I bought some nuts and bolts and washers from Ace Hardware, and I'm going to be using those to get these put in place. So the way I drilled it, I'll be able to mount them onto the original lip on the car, because the way it comes to a point, I'd have a really hard time getting it worked all the way in and running the hardware through without it showing. So I'll go ahead and get to that next part and show you guys what we got. Alright, so the next part here is going to be taking off the factory lip now that I've drilled some holes in it. So I've got 6 clips that run along the bottom here. So now all the clips are out, you can push it forward and it'll unsnap. There it goes. And you can see the holes we've drilled. There's one here, one in the middle, and one on the end. And I'm going to be using those to mount our aftermarket lip to. Alright, so I've got it bolted up. I got washers and nuts and bolts and all that from Ace Hardware. I ended up spending about $12 in hardware for this. But I've got it all bolted up. You guys will probably end up with something similar to this, although chances are it won't be exact. If you want to know what I used, I got of course these are 11 mil tops with 1/4 inch machine threads and nuts to match them. And so I did that, and I'm hoping that's going to hold together well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this lined up on the car. So you can kind of see the clips that are built into the stock lip, and I'm going to go ahead and get those lined up. Alright, so the stock lip, that's it. It doesn't really make much of a clicking sound when you line them up, but then we've got the actual little pins that hold that on. So there is the beginnings of that. That actually looks really, really good. And then of course I've got the side pieces that still need to go on. I'll go ahead and move on to that next part. Alright, so you can see where the lip lines up. It looks pretty good. Now there is already this 10 mil here, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and use that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that out. Let's see. There it goes. Okay, there goes that. And then I went ahead and I just pressed the lip up against the bolt hard enough to score the paint. So now I know where to drill the hole. Alright, so you can kind of see there the hardware I've got put in. I used the factory bolt right here. It was kind of a pain. I had to drill a hole in the trim, the lip, I'm sorry, to make it big enough for this to fit, because it does have a widened shaft. And then this here, I drilled a hole through the bumper and the lip to put that there, and it's pretty, I mean the edge isn't quite as much, but it's tied down to the bumper pretty well. Now, where I had an issue is over here where the middle piece connects to the end piece. Now they give us all these screws that are intended to attach the bumper. Now those screws are not long enough to run through underneath and connect the two pieces together. And I don't have any screws that are short enough to do that and not run all the way through. And so I glued it for now until I can find screws that are short enough. So you'll have to get creative with that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I'm not going to record that since it will be the same process. But I'll go ahead and show you guys what it looks like done. Alright guys, so I'm finished with the lip. It looks really, really good. If you get up close, you probably won't see it on camera, but I messed up the paint a little bit, and that's all my own fault. But as far as how it went on there and everything, and how it looks when you're not up close critiquing it, it actually looks really, really good. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's really solid. I've got no concerns as far as that coming off. Now I'll show you, I mentioned before that I used the heavier hardware with the 11mm tops and the quarter inch shaft on the nuts and bolts. So what they included, they gave me this roll of double-sided tape and these little teeny screws. Now I didn't trust those at all. I didn't want to use those. I was pretty concerned that it was going to end up coming off and messing up my bumper and stuff as I put it in. So I went ahead and just used the nuts and bolts. But I'll go ahead and get some pictures and videos and stuff of it on the road, and we can take a look. Alright, here we are. It looks really, really good. We still have a fair amount of clearance. It's pretty comparable to stock actually, so I'm glad I didn't lose any height. You can kind of see there on the side. I'll pull it up closer. Kind of see there on the side. It hangs down just a little bit more than the side skirts. I know the bumper did before, just by a little bit. But that's nice. Alright guys, thanks for watching today's video. I was really happy it all turned out so well. The lip, I honestly couldn't be more impressed for the price. I compared it with a lot of the other ones like it online. I see these all over Amazon and eBay, and they're usually listed between like $75 and $100. Now this one I actually ordered for just about $35 on Etsy. It took about a week to ship, and it came and it all fits right, as you guys could see in the previous clips. Fits right. Of course you'll need to get hardware, but I've read that about all of them. And so I highly recommend this one. It's from the, I believe it was called Luck Shop on Etsy. I'll go ahead and give the link to this product and their shop in the description below, and I will go ahead and I'll go ahead and put the dimensions of the hardware I used too, if that's something you wanted to try and use on this too. I went ahead and I painted mine gloss black. You could paint it whatever color you wanted. It came as just a black plastic, but it wasn't finished. And so I went ahead and painted it, but this one did come unpainted. I know some of the other ones you can get painted. So go ahead and give Luck Shop a check out on eBay. Go through the link that I'll give you, and it'll take you to the same one I got. So thanks for watching. Give a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.